Hello, this is Henrik Bushman. I'm a software developer in Toronto, Canada. My website is internetcommons.ca, and this is the fifth screencast in a series that I'm calling What is Drupal, which is dedicated to the proposition that Drupal can be best understood by looking at what I consider to be its five key properties. It's a resource manager, a configuration manager, a content manager, a state change machine, and a rapid application tool. Um, I've looked at the resource manager aspect of it, and this screencast will focus on the configuration manager aspect of Drupal. It'll just be a quick tour. There's lots of information available about that. Um, just a quick review. The the administrative aspect of Drupal. The configuration interface consists of these six parts: the structure, site building, the appearance or themes management, people management, user membership and permissions, modules management, system settings called configuration, and reports. The demonstration website I'm using is a fairly simple website of my own, obviously implemented using Drupal, vegetablediet.ca, about an eating pattern essentially. So let's just get to it and go through it fairly quickly. So when you're logged into Drupal as a site builder with the appropriate permissions, then you see the administrative menu. As a general comment, the reason that Drupal is able to provide such functionality through simply offering configuration options to site builders is that, as we've seen in the previous screencasts, it has a very extensive library of modules to draw on, both in the core and contributed modules. And secondly, it has a very sophisticated database which is able to hold complex data, and therefore the module developers have been able to establish a configuration interface which is able to hide much of the complexity, or shield the website builder from much of the complexity of what lies underneath. So let's start by looking at modules. Now, what the modules section of the configuration interface does is actually scan the server drive for modules, for module directories that have been installed in the appropriate directory, and that is in the under the modules directory of the root of the installation for the core modules, and under sites either a specific a domain name directory, or by default under the all directory, again a modules directory for contributed modules. And the search extends to subdirectories, so you can create an arbitrary directory name and put your own custom modules under there. When the modules section of the configuration interface loads, then it actually does a scan of all that to provide a list of the modules that are available to the website. Once a module has been installed on the server drive, which can be done by simply copying it in or installing a module using this handy installation process, then the first thing that happens is it is listed, such as the aggregator module here, which I don't need on this website, is listed in the modules list without being enabled. And that provides a certain degree of flexibility to the website site builder. I have a module installed, which is a module manager, makes it a little easier to pick through these than the native process or the native interface, which is just really one long list. But you can see that even in this fairly simple website of vegetableidiet.ca, there are 118 modules installed, of which 90 have been enabled. Modules can be thought of as really as services, so it's a question of what services, technical services, you want your website to have available to it. So just quickly to go over some of these, the Chaos Tools Suite is made available to support essentially other modules. Context is a module to provide for context switching of appearance and other things. There's the core set of modules, development modules. Display Suite is a handy module for quite quickly controlling the layout and class associations of aspects of the interface that's presented to the user. Fields can be added there. Media has to do with handling of images and embedding of objects from third-party websites, such as film from YouTube. NodeQ provides for the ability of the website administrator to present lists of nodes, summary list of nodes in arbitrary order so that they can be prioritized in terms of the presentation to the user. I don't think I necessarily go through all of these. Here's a meta tag module. Goes on spam control, has CAPTCHA, which I use for the contact form, statistics, Google Analytics, which is probably fairly standard. Some user interface issues in case I wanted to make WYSIWYG available for authors. There's the custom module, which is available for any bits of code that might be handy, and of course the ubiquitous views module, which is used to query the database and present the resulting lists of content to the users. Modules management, pretty straightforward. It's essentially an architectural system, a website architectural task. Okay, so configuration provides configuration options, so essentially system settings, account settings, settings for images. I won't go through these. Regional and language settings. I won't go through these in detail. There's lots of information available about them, but they're essentially occasional settings that the website administrator would want to get involved with. People, pretty straightforward. Users to the website can be managed in terms of being invited to join, being banned from the website, being removed, whatever, and assigned to groups that have been set up for the website. And then there's the permissions section. Many modules offer a variety of permissions that can be assigned to users according to the roles that they've been assigned to. This is a straightforward, simple website. I'm the administrator, so all the rights are assigned to me, and essentially virtually no rights are assigned to anonymous users, and authenticated users. That for the time being doesn't really apply here. But in any case, there's a sophisticated permission system which is supported by a sophisticated role system. The website administrator can create their own roles and apply our permissions based on that. The appearance section essentially deals with themes, And again, what happens here is that Drupal scans the website for themes that have been appropriately installed under themes directory, in this case under the root directory, which would make them the system themes. Themes have to have an info file, as do modules, which provides Drupal with the basic information about the theme. They also have to have a template .php file, and they have to have at least one CSS registered CSS file. Themes again are searched wherever they're appropriate, so under the system, also under all, or under particular domain names depending on how the environment is configured. So again, all these themes are recognized simply and self-discovered or auto-discovered by Drupal simply as a result of being available on the disk. And again, they're either enabled as is the Neptune subtheme, which I am using. That is a subtheme of Zen, and then the vegetable diet Neptune default theme is actually a subtheme of Neptune. Bartik is still enabled here, although I don't actually use it on the website. But as you can see, all the themes that are available, that is installed on the disk, are presented here for configuration. Settings depend on the theme. In the case of the Neptune subtheme, it inherits the optional settings from the main Neptune theme. So you can set columns with various aspects, generalized aspects of the display, things to do with icons, breadcrumbs, settings, and so forth. And then some development settings. And then finally, structure provides access to the structural elements of the website for website building purposes. For example, I've used the facilities here to create a custom block that I call a fixed position menu, which is the fixed toolbar at the top of the website, and actually code both the HTML and a little bit of jQuery in here to create the fixed toolbar, which combined with a little bit of CSS is really all that's required. And then I assign it to the header section of the theme that I've chosen, but the CSS actually positions it absolutely at the top, so it sort of gets pulled out of that, it gets positioned to the top. But anyway, that's the general way to use these aspects. Various modules such as the content form, context display suite, node queues also make configuration available under this area. Views and the core taxonomy, menus, and content types areas make themselves available here. Just a quick look at reports. So various reports are available. So it's quite a comprehensive scheme of configuration. Many, if not most, websites can be built solely by selecting the appropriate modules, configuring them appropriately, and perhaps doing a little bit of theming, which is changing CSS files and template files a little bit in order to get the display effect that you want. But it's a very versatile, very expansive, very comprehensive system, and is certainly one of the things that makes Drupal stand out, probably head and shoulders above other content management systems and frameworks. Here, by the way, is the fixed toolbar at the top. As you can see, it took very little work and it is quite effective. And incidentally, this website is responsive, so that if it is viewed on a smartphone, everything will collapse nicely, the topics expand appropriately, and as does the fixed toolbar, and the layout changes appropriately. So there's a quick overview of the configuration options that are available in Drupal. This is Henrik Beshman with InternetCommons.ca.